It's really, really hard to orgasm at a sex party.
Oh my God.
You're listening to Fucks Given, the one about sex parties.
Hello, Florence.
Hi, how are you?
I'm okay. I'm tired and I'm cold, but I'm okay. I'm tired and cold for good reasons, so...
Oh.
Up on that fucking...
Yeah, I'm excited for this episode because I know that Reed has some juicy updates coming that I don't know anything about.
I have juicy updates I can share, and then
Juicy
one
updates
I can't share. Just not yet until I get absolute permission.
That's like the bane of our life, is meeting people that we really like and can't talk about.
Yeah, or even really don't like and can't talk about. Yeah. We're excited to talk about the episode topic today, sex parties.
Yes, one of our favourites. And one of your favourites. One of the curious fuckers' favourite topics.
Yeah, I don't blame them. I think lots and lots of people, especially the curious fuckers, are getting more and more interested into going into sex positive and sex welcoming spaces. And especially living in London and in big main cities, a lot more sex parties are popping up. So we are here to guide you, to give you our advice and our experience on what to expect the first time you go to a sex party, what kind of etiquette, how to approach people, and also what to do if you go solo.
Yeah.
So, yeah. How are you, Florence?
I am good.
We've already started this episode such low energy compared to the anal one where that was like, oh my God, fuck me in the ass. This is like, hi, I've got a cup of tea. I'm in my feels right now.
Yeah, I'm like trying to think if I have anything interesting to say about life, and I don't.
That's okay too. I think that's really
interesting
okay.
things.
We don't have to have exciting shit going on all the time. It's actually probably better for us to take a step back and just to chill the fuck out. And it doesn't all have to be about sex. Because I'm sure there are people out there that aren't having sex or that do choose to stay single and aren't dating at the moment. So I think it's important to normalise that.
Yeah, although So my sister was here for 2 weeks, and then previously you had been here for 3 weeks, right?
Yeah.
So I just don't think I had been like masturbating that much at all. And especially, I think since my sister was here, like I didn't masturbate at all. And I wasn't having sex, nothing was going on in my life. My Doxy massager broke, so...
So sad, R.I.P.
It even stopped vibrating. I was like, wow, this has like really gone to the graveyard this time.
Normally they just kind of like glitch out and just act a bit weird on the buttons, but like, if it's fully dead, it's gone.
Fully dead. It like makes the noise, but it doesn't vibrate. I'm like,
what? What is going? Something's dislodged in there.
It's not.
We're not
good.
shitting over Doxy. We use our Doxy wands all the time. They're our favourite like UK wand brand, but we use ours a lot, like every day. I would say on average.
Just don't store it when the wires are kind of slightly bent. That's my advice.
Yeah. And also technology. Sometimes it can fuck up. Sometimes it can last forever.
So I used a sex toy that I hadn't used yet, and it just had it. I brought it with me because it was new. It was one that Lalo sent us. It was the Lalo Wave. And this is not like an ad placement or anything, but I used this toy like the night after my sister left, and oh my God.
Right. It's really fucking good. And it's frustrating because, Lalo aren't paying us to talk about this, but like we owe it to you curious fuckers to tell you about good fucking toys. And
we do.
This one is like a dual pleasure toy. Part of it goes inside you and part of it's outside you on your clitoris.
The maddest bit is that it moves inside like a finger.
Yeah, like a come hither wavy finger. Yeah, it's like circling your G spot and vibrates at the same time.
And
it's
vibrates.
fucking It's good.
Yeah. So that's my new best friend in the bedroom, and I've been getting back into masturbating, and like it's been really great to
so good.
start loving up on myself again.
It's much needed. I feel like we get so obsessed with one toy and the wand because it's easy and you can do it over clothes and you don't really have to clean it so much. Yeah, it's just plugged in, ready to go. But then with all the other toys I have, like I love the ones that are internal, but I'm still like at the end of wanking, I pull it out and I'm like, great, like where do I put it? It's wet.
Exactly.
It's got my juices all over it. Like do I put it on my bedside table on the floor? That feels weird. And then you have to go and clean it either before you go to sleep, which doesn't work, or you clean it crusty the next day, you know?
No.
It's just it's long, man. I want a toy cleaner. How great would that, like a human toy cleaner sat by my bed and I pull it out
just
and then give it to suck it up.
I've been using just wet wipes by the side of my bed, like ones that are pH balanced, but I did wash it the other day. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take it to the bathroom. I am not that lazy. I can do this.
I've run out my sex wipes as well, and I also hate that mess. You know, when you're like, I don't want to bring myself out of like the post-orgasm sleepy goodness and like get a wet wipe and clean it. You know, like I just want to roll over and fucking fall asleep. So.
I know,
they've got to figure out a better way. Imagine, like I don't even know.
Self-cleaning internal toys.
Self-cleaning internal toys. How would that be? It would be
I don't know.
Oh god, it'd be like packets of silica gel that just like soak up all your juices. Like how fucked would that be?
Yeah.
The poison. I'm not recommending that for anyone. Just putting that disclaimer there before we get fucking sued. So yeah, really good sex toy. That's the Lalo Wave, and would recommend to everyone who enjoys dual pleasure and enjoys hands-free orgasms. Like I can pop that in. Sometimes I push it out, so I wear it with underwear sometimes, and then I can play with my nipples. I play with my other parts of my body. Can you link it up to an app? Do you remember? Is it app activated?
I feel like it is, but I think I'm not sure.
You could use that for like public play with a partner. You could give them your phone and they could control it. Yeah, it's some good shit, man. It's some fucking good shit.
Yeah. Oh, I've been watching Sex Life on Netflix, and it's like the horniest show in the world, and it's not good for me on my celibacy journey because now I'm just like, I need to have sex. I need to have sex.
Yeah, like screaming. I've also had that obsession. Like one of my mates watching, she was like, it's just good hot garbage. I was like, okay, all right, let's go.
That'll be next on the list.
Although, speaking of good Netflix, I'm watching Beef at the moment, and that's amazing. That's amazing.
Beef is fucking incredible. It has nothing to do with sex, but like the sexual tension.
But also the first part where they kind of like talking about a gun.
Oh
yeah. I don't know if I don't want to ruin it for anyone.
No spoilers. It's like the best TV show I've seen in a while. Everyone needs to watch it. It's written good. So well. Just
the cast is amazing. Like Ali Wong's in it, who's like one of the most funniest, amazing comedians.
She's good dope. In it. The acting is incredible.
She's so fucking hot as well. God damn it, like so hot. Everyone's fucking hot in this. The whole thing is just
her
like
husband.
goddamn.
I was like, oh my god,
yeah.
Give it to me.
Anyway, should we go back to sex parties before we go off on more tangents?
Your update. Yay!
The reason why we're doing this episode is because I went to a sex party at the weekend, which was really fun. It wasn't a ticketed sex party. It was a private play party in somebody's house. I actually went to one of their parties like a couple of years ago before I met my ex. And yeah, it was really cool. It's really different going to a sex party that's in somebody's house and where everyone kind of knows each other and it's very like intimate compared to buying a ticket and going to a sex party like event or a club or a fetish club. So yeah, I went sober as well. I like completely didn't drink, no drugs, which is, you know, normally sex parties I would absolutely be doing both. And yeah, the whole thing was really cool. Everyone was so lovely. There were a couple of curious fuckers there, so shout out to them. They were amazing.
There's always curious fuckers at the sex parties.
Yeah,
always.
this one
I love
girl.
it.
She was so lovely. She was like, as soon as I saw you were coming to the party, I screamed and called my friend. And I was like, oh, that's so nice. That's so lovely. Yeah, there was a dance
See your
room as well.
idols. Fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. It was like, okay. Right. Like everyone was, so there was a WhatsApp group beforehand and everyone was sharing nudes and sexy photos, but I threw a spanner in the works and I was like, hey, anyone, can I see some flaccid dick? Anyone up for doing the whole relaxed nude? And yeah, loads of people sent a lot of sexy nude photos, and that was really cool. I shared a really jokes one of me bent over in the shower that wasn't posed or sexy. It was just super cash. And yeah, the whole night was really fun. I actually didn't fuck at the sex party.
What?
Right.
I thought that there was gonna be all these juicy updates. Really, I thought you were being fucked to high heavens.
Well, I was so horny as well before I went. I was like, this is it. I'm gonna get fucked out. I'm gonna be right deep in the scene. I'm gonna get And the whole house party was cool. There was a dance room with a DJ. There was a chill out room upstairs. There were just like all the bedrooms basically was just a sea of mattresses and loads of people were fucking on them.
Wow.
But I ended up going and just feeling quite overwhelmed and socially burnt out. I had literally been to an undressing disability event like that same day beforehand. Yeah. And so I told myself, and I do this a lot, I think we both do that. You go to a sex party, you have to fuck, otherwise it's a waste, which I think is a really toxic way of looking at it, because you might end up doing something you don't really want to do or fucking someone you don't really want to fuck, especially if there's alcohol or drugs involved. Yeah. So I got there and I was just like, nah, I'm not really feeling it today. I'm tired. There's no one that's particularly grabbing my attention enough for me to really go up to a room and try and find some space on a mattress in a room full of 16 fucking people. I was approached by a couple of people and I just thanked them, but I was like, nah, not tonight. But I met someone with a tickle fetish. So we ended up having a conversation. He was really sweet. He was submissive, which was really interesting because in the tickle community, if you're a top or a bottom, if you're a sub or a dom, you're either a lee or a lure. So you're either a ticklee, you like being tickled, or you're either a lure, you like you're a tickler, you like to tickle. I'm a Lee, and this guy was also a Lee. He was into some really cool stuff as well. He was into forced feminization and had some other really interesting kinks and fetishes. Anyway, we got talking and I was like, yeah, do you want to go play? We couldn't find anywhere to play in the fuck room upstairs. Also, I didn't know how comfortable I felt just having a tickling session in a room full of fucking people. So invited him back to mine and we ended up having a really nice, fun session. And I maintain that maybe two subs don't make a dom, because I think we both felt it. It's so different when you can tell the other person just wants to have wants to be submissive. And I really enjoy switching for tickling, but yeah, it was we kind of both got that feeling. It was still really fun, and I've made a really cool tickle friend who I'm definitely going to stay in touch with and probably have a bit of fun here and there. But that's my update from the sex party.
That's
and I was really happy with that. Really happy, yeah.
I think it's a really good and positive thing to talk about, going to a sex party and not fucking, because I think every time someone thinks about, they really big it up in their mind and they're this is going to happen and this is going to happen. They have all these wild fantasies, and it is never what you think it's going to be.
Absolutely not. Yeah. I think I've realized that I really enjoy going to a sex party with play partners who I can already fuck. Going to a sex party where you don't really know anyone, especially if you're maybe generalizing female or you're attracted to people's minds minds or intelligence. So it's less about physicality and visuals. It's more about how they turn you on mentally. And I think maybe the more I go to these parties, I could probably find fun people to fuck. Oh, you know what I did have? I had a really amazing cuddle session with Dimitri. And it was like, I nearly cried. It was that good. He was so caring and so lovely. And he was like, if you ever need like a platonic cuddle buddy, like just let me know. So yeah, honestly, Florence, when you come to London, you need to meet Dimitri. He is so lovely, honestly.
Can we have a joint cuddle session?
Oh my God, yes, please. He would fucking die. He would love that. Yeah, I'm sure he would love that. And he's such a good cuddler. He was like cuddling me fully whole and also like cradling my head and stroking my hair as well. And I was like, Jesus Christ. I was like, wow, like I'm about to bawl my eyes out in the sex party, guys. Like, I'm in the, can we just, take a moment here?
Oh my God, I need that so badly.
It was good, yeah. Yeah, he's a good one of the good
I
ones.
love that you can just have like a cuddle session in the middle of a sex party as well.
Right? Yeah, so beautiful. And just like not feel uncomfortable and just like everything else melted away. And I was like, this is great. So yeah, you'll definitely meet him when you come over. We'll have a cuddle session at mine. That sounds good. Yeah. Is this also like us deflecting, like not having to cuddle each other? We're like, it works if there's a man between us.
Person in between.
Yeah. I wonder what our therapist would say about that. It's like,
maybe
you've kind of backstepped there.
Maybe we should all take turns at being like the cuddler.
Yes.
That's taking your lingo, but like
no, the cuddler, the cuddly, and the cuddler. No, I like that. That's good. That's good. Yeah, because you kind of, especially if it's two small people, two women, it's like like who kind of plays the bigger role? Who kind of plays like the top or the bottom role in the cuddling situation?
Yeah.
Because actually, when we did it, I think it was pretty platonic. Oh no, I think I did take more of a mask role in that one.
You
didn't I?
did.
I think you were slightly
was
below
like,
me.
Yeah, it was on your shoulder.
Yeah, and the same thing when I cuddled my best friend the other night.
Maybe you're a top cuddler.
Yeah. Maybe, yeah. I think maybe that's a protection thing, yeah. On a cuddling note, I'm organising like a cuddle session with my friends and my sister as well. So we're hopefully just going to do like a nice wholesome evening. Well, I'll do another one when you're here.
Please
like definitely
do,
when you're here.
I don't have anyone to do that with here yet. Like, I
need
don't.
The group cuddle vibes.
I've got friends, but not friends that I'm like, hey, can I come round for a cuddle, man?
Yeah, shit. Why is it so fucking hard? Anyway, we spoke a lot about why it's hard in the last episodes, but more about sex parties. So,
Let's
Florence,
talk about parties.
What was your first sex party experience and how did you find the whole thing?
I was definitely very nervous, like nearly not gonna go kind of vibes before the party. I was like, oh, I'm just like really tired. You know when you're like, you're kind of so nervous about something that your body almost makes up these like
excuses.
Yeah. You're like, I just feel so tired today. Like,
yeah, I feel like that was me today. I was like, I'm so tired. I don't want to do the podcast.
yeah. Our bodies are really fucking clever. And I remember I was really glad because I went with you and your ex. And
oh, fuck. Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
When we went to Crossbreed before it got shut down for the dodginess.
The same community has like reopened as Joyride.
And
hopefully we'll be going when
let me look at tickets when we're done so we can make sure that we get that in the diary for sure. I would love to go. If not Joyride, then there are other great sex parties that are going on.
Oh, I'm gonna be in heaven, like all the British accents, and I'm like, oh my God, I miss you so much.
So like, just shut up and talk to me, man. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Shut up and talk to me.
Get your dick out and just whisper in my ear.
So yeah, that was Crossbreed was fun. That we all got dressed up at mine.
Yeah,
you were nervous, right?
I liked the fact that I had yours to go to first. I think I was definitely nervous about kind of going as like a solo person because obviously you were going with a play partner and I was just going to see whoever I met there and like whether there was going to be a connection or not. I think I definitely had like ideas about it, and like I felt like, yeah, I'll fuck like when I'm there, but I've kind of thought that I would fuck more, I think, than what I actually did. The nerves were there. I remember being in the queue feeling like,
oh my god, the
my
queue.
God.
Well,
like,
we didn't really do it the right way around because it was a fetish party. So you couldn't get in normal clothes, which actually a lot of the sex parties are like. We were already dressed up, we were geared up, and I think that if you're not comfortable with drawing attention to yourself, going to a place in fetish gear, even if you just grab a cab and go over there and get out the cab, it can make people feel really uncomfortable and have a lot of eyes staring at them, especially if you're not comfortable in those kind of clothes anyway. And then so you're in the queue like waiting, and you know that you're going to be kind of questioned before you go in, and kind of like, I don't want to say judged because that's not fair, but looked at to see if you are kind of like the right person to let in the party. You know, have you made the effort to dress fetishy or sex party like? Do you understand safety questions of like consent and boundaries? And that can be really nerve-wracking.
That was the thing that I was most nervous of, because I felt like I was being tested, and I hated school. Like, I was so bad at like doing tests. I'm so bad at like remembering specific information like that. So when it came to that was like one of the things that I was extra nervous about.
Yeah.
But like
the fear of being turned away.
Yeah.
They do turn people away, but it's not as often as a lot of people make out. You just have to put the effort in. They just want to see that you've put the effort in. You know, you're not rocking up in a pair of like leather look shorts and like, I don't know, like jeans or whatever. They want to see you going over the top OTT.
I think also like I was kind of like, oh, I like really don't like the idea of dressing up, and I wish that I could just like wear something that I feel comfortable in. But I think I liked it once I got in. Like I was like, oh, I feel really like hot and sexy, and like I'm getting compliments on this and this, and it kind of got you like in the mood, I would say. Like the whole dressing up thing was like, okay, now we're doing this, like this is the activity for this evening, and we all looked fucking great. And
we looked great, yeah, we really did. What did you wear exactly?
Cool. I had like a long sleeve mesh black crop top that had like a bit of a high neck, so you could see my boobs underneath. And then I had like a bit of a harness on over the top of that, like a leather harness. And then I literally just had like a black thong and fishnets on as like the bottom, and wearing my docs, which I really love about like, I'm like 100% would just wear like docs to a sex party.
Yeah, exactly. I think I wore trainers, like very, very, like I used to wear fucking high heels, like stiletto heels to like Torture Garden back in the day, but no, man, I'm not doing that anymore.
You need to be comfortable, like as much as like, because kink gear can be slightly uncomfortable, but you're fucking, or you want to fuck, so you need to be in something that's kind of like fuckable in.
It's obviously easier being feminine, being a woman, having a vulva, to be able to dress for a sex party. You know, a lot of sex parties allow you in if you're just wearing lingerie. Harnesses are way more acceptable. A lot of the fetish clothing is just way more acceptable for women and the LGBTQ community, but for cis men it can be so nerve-wracking on knowing what to wear, especially because, you know, culture makes you believe that like, you know, it's challenging your sexuality and like you look really effeminate and all this stuff, and it's honestly, once you get over that fear and you just wear something, like I would always suggest to go for leather trousers or leather look trousers and do like a leather shirt or a harness. You can make it look mask if you want. You just need to do the research. And once you're in the place, in the club, all that anxiety and fear melts away, and you just fit in and feel comfortable and liberated and sexy, for fuck's sake. Every dude that I see in these parties look fucking sexy if they've really made the effort. You've got guys wearing lingerie, you've got guys wearing like mankinis I saw, wearing makeup, wearing fishnets, like full leotards, everything. But you've also got the mask look of leather trousers, boots, mesh tops, string tops. Like, you just got to make it work. You got to go in. You have to really get a lot of that fear out of the window and just go in. Use this as an opportunity to really push yourself out of your comfort zone.
Yeah.
And it will fucking pay off. It always does.
There were also guys there that were just wearing like tiny shorts as well.
Yeah,
and,
like boxers and a harness, like
Yeah.
that's it. But that was crossbreed, and I feel like they're a little bit more lax because they're way more inclusive in terms of, this is problematic because crossbreed, as we know, there were issues around trans and there were issues around the owner, all of that stuff. But crossbreed was way more lax when it came to their clothing options. But other clubs and other sex parties are
not.
Yeah, they're quite strict. So Torture Garden is really strict. They will turn people away at the queue, but you just have to make sure you really put the effort in.
And read up on the guidelines, I guess. That's it. Do your research on the party and make sure that you fit in. Because the worst thing is building up all this anxiety to go to a sex party and then being turned away at the door.
Yeah, you just got to have a look at the page, have a look at their Instagram, see what other people are wearing, try and mimic and copy. This episode is sponsored by Beducated.
As you all know, I've been on a little bit of a celibacy journey, meaning I haven't had sex in over a month. So I've been looking into how I can experience more pleasure with my solo sex. And this is where Beducated comes in, because they have all the courses that I need to learn how to do like sensual reawakening with my vulva and tantric massage. And also, I saw a course on there about learning how to dirty talk. I know this is completely not relevant, but I'm really intrigued.
No, it's all relevant. Beducated is this really amazing website where you can sign up to do courses and learn about sex, like dirty talking. I've been doing a squirting course. Oh, whoa.
So, in all spirit of Masturbation May, we're sharing Beducated with you.
Yes. I mean, what's not better in Masturbation May to actually take the time to focus on yourself and your own pleasure and masturbate.
And it's literally good for you. It releases all your happy hormones and reduces stress. There's literally no reason not to masturbate.
So Florence, what have you been learning in your course?
I've been learning techniques that I have never tried before when it comes to masturbation. Which areas are more sensitive and which bits turn me on more.
The technique thing has been blowing my mind, like the way that the language is used, and it's people just like us teaching. It's not, I don't know, it's not someone sitting there in a lab coat. It's people who have had these experiences. I was learning from Lola Jean. She's like the squirt queen, right? And the way that she talks about even just like not going straight into G-spot stimulation, she's explaining everything that, if you have an oversensitive G-spot, you might not want to go in with direct penetration. You want to explore and give pleasure to your G-spot externally, not necessarily on the clitoris. I feel like if I keep going and I keep practice with this, I will be able to squirt.
And if that sounds like something you'd be interested in, you can try Beducated with 50% off the yearly pass with our coupon code COMECurious. That's COME Curious.
Don't say we don't look after you. And of course, you can try all Beducated courses for one day absolutely free, and you won't be charged for the first 24 hours. You can cancel anytime, and they have a 14-day money-back guarantee.
So invest in your love life today and join Beducated now from just $8.33 per month.
Get access to over 100 courses online from the world's top experts.
To get on Beducated now, click the link in the description and remember to use our coupon code COMECurious. That's COME Curious.
Invest in your solo pleasure this Masturbation May, or use it with a partner. You can also get a personalised Beducated gift card for your loved ones.
Happy wanking!
Club Verboten is a little bit more strict as well. That's kind of like you've got the a lot of latex, a lot of leather. People really, really do dress very well going to Club Verboten. You do have to invest in these clothes because they're not cheap either. You can do it cheap. You can find like, you know, some like string vest shit on Amazon. But I would recommend if you're nervous, like go to a fetish wear shop, go to a fetish wear clothing shop. You know, there's like Honor at Waterloo where you can try stuff on. There's like Libdex. There's loads of places you can go to. You know, there's loads of places in Soho that have full fetish clothes areas. What was that one that we went to where the downstairs was just all clothes and we were vlogging it for YouTube?
Was that eHarmony? No.
Maybe, yeah. It was either eHarmony or maybe Ann Summers. They're passable. They are passable. You don't have to go like authentic leather and latex because it's quite a lot.
Yeah.
Like, as long as you just make the fucking effort, you know, if you're nervous about what you're wearing isn't enough, like put makeup on, wear jewelry, put a choker on, have a lead with a choker.
Obviously, there are parties as well that aren't kink focused. Like some of the ones that we were invited to when we were out in LA, the ones that we didn't go to, was one of them was like a pajama party. So like everyone's just turning up in pajamas. And the other one was like you could wear something kinky or you could just wear lingerie or like you could just wear like a robe and nothing underneath. There are lots that do accept non-kink wear. You just have to find them.
Yeah, so Torture Garden, they have themed balls. So they have the Valentine's themed ball, the Halloween themed ball, I think Christmas themed ball. So if you're nervous about wearing fetish wear, aim for something like that where you can kind of twist the rules a little bit and get away with a bit more. Also, Killing Kittens is, I would say, that's not fetish wear at all. You're expected to go in, you know, suits, shirts, dresses, nice sexy dresses. A lot of people do get naked there. When I've been before, I wore a really, really see-through dress where you could basically see my tits through it. And lots of people just end up getting naked as well. Like you could rock up there and just go completely naked if you're nervous. It just depends on what you're kind of like looking for. Killing Kittens, I think, is a really good one for people who aren't really in the kink or fetish scene, don't really want to be, they don't find that sexy. They find just, I guess, more like normal everyday clothes sexy.
Yeah.
Killing Kittens is like everyone, you have to get yourself a profile online and upload a photo. So everyone there has been vetted on their physicality, which, you know,
has its problems too.
Can have its problems too.
Yeah.
And you also can't go as a solo male to Killing Kittens parties. You have to go either with like a female or a couple of females. I also don't know how inclusive they are of... So, I mean, yeah, they're already excluding gay men. You can't go as, like, two dudes.
Yeah.
I don't know how inclusive they are of, you know, trans, non-binary and the LGBTQ community, but
it
I know
sounds like it's just not a queer party, basically. It's just
not a queer party.
It's a heterosexual sex party.
Yeah, well, I mean, again, they encourage women coming with women, like bisexual, but...
Yeah, but that's, like, the problematic side of
it's like ostracizing people, and it's just kind of fetishizing women who are queer. So I mean,
everyone, I feel like there's a sex party for everyone, right?
Yes,
like whatever you're
exactly
into, you'll be able to find something. And just because that might not be like our scene doesn't mean that it might not be yours. I think that there's just so many out there. You just need to be able to do the research. And quite often it's just like word of mouth, which is why I really like the Facebook group that we've created, because quite often people are like writing questions and they're like, I just moved to like Leeds, say, and like, does anyone know of any of the local sex parties here?
Right. It's so lovely that people are genuinely, that, you know, people have met up before from the Come Curious Facebook and gone to sex parties together because they're all like-minded.
So cute.
How lovely is that? It's so beautiful.
Yeah. How did you feel like before you went to your first ever sex party?
Fucking hell. First ever sex party. I must have been like 21 maybe. Like just fresh out of uni. And it was when I was seeing that married couple. They took me to Club Rub years and years ago. It was either Club Rub or Pedestal. I can't remember which it was, but yeah, that was kind of in a nice pub in the middle of London somewhere. Everyone wore latex. I was really curious. I was very excited, and yeah, just kind of like acted like the stereotypical slave there, hands and knees, you know, like meeting people, saying hi. I was in heels as well.
Yeah.
But I think since doing that, it was a very different experience going with a partner. My first experience with my long-term ex was really amazing. That like blew everything out of the water, and being able to we went to Torture Garden, we were fucking in the medical room, and then this huge circle of people just were like around us watching and cheering on, and guys kept going up to my ex and asking if they could put their dicks in my mouth, and he was like, you know, tapping me like, do you want his dick like in your mouth? You know, really they should be fucking asking me, you know, but
yeah, what the hell, your property.
right I mean, but this was like what, like almost 8 years ago.
Yeah.
Something like that, where times were fucking different, and that was kind of how you played it back then. But it was such a safe space. I maintain that sex parties and fetish clubs are so respectful and so safe compared to regular clubs. In a regular club, you get your asses pinched, people spill drinks on you, like you get grappled and groped in the fucking dance floor, and then guys are hitting on you left, right, and centre. But at a sex party,
it's still like that.
I wonder, probably alcohol and kids, you know what it's like. Idiots.
But it was actually like so bad.
So fucking bad. I still can't believe like that was just acceptable, that
everyone would touch you when they walked past you. Like they
squeeze
were
your
like
arse,
around your waist.
Oh, yeah. Or like grab you and fucking bump and grind on you. And you're just like, who the fuck is this dude?
That's the thing. You're like just dancing, doing your own thing, and suddenly like there's a guy grinding up behind you. You're like looking around like, what the fuck?
Yeah, right.
And
unbelievable.
It was so normal. That happened like all through the night, every single time you went out. Like sexual harassment was just literally
so rife.
a normal thing.
And you know what? We never thought it was okay. We would never be like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? We would just shuffle dance away.
Yeah,
and like, you would just get your girlfriends to like, okay, just shuffling away now. And no one fucking unbelievable. But yeah, honestly, sex parties, that will just never happen.
No.
I got people coming up to me and be like, do I have permission to look at you? Do I have permission to, you know, to just take you in? Like, is it okay if I kiss you? Like, are you and your partner playing with other people tonight? It was so respectful.
Yeah. I would say
obviously
like
not all of them are respectful. Everyone has their individual experiences, but
on the whole, it's usually like a good community, a good communicative community.
The BDSM kink queer space, I would say, is probably one of the most respectful. Everyone's on it with the boundaries and the consent.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so good. What would you say for advice for like when you're actually in the sex party for your first time and you're trying to fuck? Like, how do you go about that?
So depending on what you go to, which one you go to.
Yeah.
If it's like more of a club vibe, like most of these places have a dance floor.
Yeah.
I would go there early and start sparking up conversations with people that you find attractive and make it very clear that you find them attractive. You know, like, oh my God, you and your partner are gorgeous. Like kind of see if you can catch a vibe off of them. Talking to people is a really good way. You know, you're not just going to necessarily go into the fuck room and just like suddenly get with loads of people. A lot of people do, but it depends on whether or not that's your thing. Because sometimes when you're in the moment, it doesn't really matter if someone's like, oh, can I eat your pussy at the same time? And like, can I suck on your tit? And like, can I have your foot in my mouth while your partner's fucking you? So yeah, I would say don't be afraid to talk to people. Either go with a group of friends, and it doesn't really matter, like you don't have to fuck in front of them, but like go with people that you trust, or go with a play partner. It doesn't have to be a boyfriend or a girlfriend, can just be a play partner. You can even go with like a partner that you don't mind tailoring off and separating with. But yeah, sparking up a conversation. I would always be very clear, be like, you guys are really fit. Do you mind if we find you later? Do you want to go to the sex room? Do you want to go check out the dungeon and play together? Be as clear as possible. Can we buy you a drink? That kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, you either go to the designated area and kind of just go with the flow. Asking to kiss people. Like, how would you feel if I kissed you? How would you feel if I kissed your partner? Would you be open to kissing my partner? That kind of conversation. And then once the kissing is out the way with, you kind of You kind of know.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's welcoming of people coming up to them. Like, that's the whole point of being there. So
on the prowl.
It's hard. I think I found it hard to go up to people because that's something that I just feel nervous about anyway with my social anxiety. But like on a whole, like people coming up to me, I was so like happy when people came up to me. And that's how I met like the guy that I did fuck there.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. It's really good to have kind of like a, you know, pardon the gendered term, but like a wingman. You know, if you're going with a group of friends, have the person there that doesn't mind going up to talk to people and suggest them like, oh my God, that person's really fit. Can you introduce? Can you help me out here? Or if your partner's very good at that, then be like, please take the lead. Like, I want to learn. I want to do more. But
yeah, you do have to be quite upfront with your like desire, I think, as well. Like, so I think like asking to kiss someone sooner rather than later is only a good thing at a sex party because that's what you're here to do.
Yeah. Most people are on the same page. It's almost like you don't even need to ask like, can we fuck? Like if you're all going to the room to play, it's kind of set in stone, and it is the person's responsibility to, you know, to stop like, oh, I don't want penetrative sex, or like, can you not eat my pussy? And yeah, it's always good to ask. It's always good to ask like, hey, is it okay if I, you know, nosh on that clunge?
I kind of feel like the vibe that I got when I was going to that party was that there were kind of regulars that had that keep going, and they're the ones that kind of ended up like hooking up with each other, being in like big group plays. And then other than that, I feel like couples would kind of go and then fuck and like maybe meet like fondle with other couples. And I feel like there was some kind of like regularity to build up to have like more and more there. I would say it would be quite like surprising if you went for your first time and you were suddenly involved in an orgy. You know, like I don't think like you should have high expectations like that. It should be like, you know, like you might meet like one person you want to fuck, but you might not meet anyone.
Yeah, or just go for the experience, you know. If you're nervous about fucking other people, then go to watch, go to enjoy, go to like see what it's like there, and then next time maybe.
Exactly.
I know that Killing Kittens, a couple of my friends, they went to their first Killing Kitten party, and they have an app where if you're going to one of their events, one of their parties, then you can all chat in a group and meet people that way and share photos, and that's what they did. They ended up chatting to someone they thought was really attractive and saying, can we meet up with you in the party? And they did. And they ended up spending all of their time with that person and having an incredible experience because they kind of had that chat and got to know each other beforehand.
Yeah.
And yeah, they said it was honestly one of the best experiences that they had. You know, first time ever having a threesome, first time ever being at a sex party.
That's
and just
really
kind of
cool.
like, yeah, breaking down the barriers. The same with that private party I went to. Everyone was on WhatsApp and chatting and talking.
It's kind of almost like before you go on a date from a dating app, you've seen all the pictures, you've had a little bit of a talk, so like you know what to expect, kind of. It's interesting because I went to this lesbian cruising night like maybe like a couple of months ago, and I had connected with someone from Field then through Instagram, and I had like chatted with her like a little bit there, but she was there, and it made like, you know, it was nice to know someone and like have that like connection already. And then we did end up kissing at the end of the night. Like I didn't move forward with it in the end, but it was still like nice to have that like level of like, oh, I do actually know someone, you know, before having that experience. Maybe that's something that like, I guess that's why it was so great that the Curious Fuckers all went together, right? Because they're like, they had their group. Maybe that should be like more of a thing with sex parties. I think going solo is very brave. Going with friends is a really good idea.
Yeah. I mean, I have that for my tickle party, which is this weekend coming up, baby. I'm so excited. And everyone that I've vetted and make sure is like safe and cool, or people that know people in person. We have a WhatsApp group where we can chat about stuff and kind of get to know each other. And it's a really nice community. And everyone is so welcoming of new people as well, which is lovely.
We should do a sex party called the Curious Fuckers Club.
Yes, that is the dream. Oh my God, the Curious Fuckers Cum Club. That's some quality
He's
shit
so
right there.
good.
Although,
and like, yeah.
Speaking about cum club, like, it's really, really hard to orgasm at a sex party. Need to put that out there. I would almost go to a sex party not expecting to come at all.
Yeah.
I think it is obviously
Or bring a
little
vibrator.
bit. Yeah, I mean, yeah, bring a vibrator, but also the whole thing's very overwhelming, especially if you tend to get in your head when you are trying to climax. And, you know, this can happen to all bodies, penis owners, vagina owners, everyone.
Yeah.
So it's not really about enjoying the actual, like necessarily like the pleasure part and the orgasm part. It's about the whole experience being pleasurable, and that's what's exciting about the sex party.
Yeah, I would say
rather than getting your rocks off.
Yeah, I don't think I've come at a sex party.
I don't think I have either. No, definitely not. Especially if you're drinking alcohol or doing drugs or what have you.
That was okay
really
though.
hard.
Like I didn't feel bad about not coming. Like I still enjoyed myself. I was still satisfied. I didn't leave thinking like, you know, like that feeling that sometimes you get when you haven't come. But that's probably because you've not enjoyed like the whole experience rather than...
Yeah. There's still something very satisfying about going and even just fucking and nobody comes and going home still and being like, yeah, man, we did that. Cool.
Yeah.
It's like, I think, you don't need to have the orgasm.
Yeah. Primarily, like, sex parties are just a really cool kind of environment, community. Mm-hmm. It's just like humans being human beings doing human being shit, you know? Like, without like any of like the facade of like everyday life, like acting proper or like, it's just cool. Everyone just gets to be animals for a bit, and that's why it's such a great experience to have in your life.
Exactly. And we've mentioned just a few sex parties. There are loads popping up. There
So
are loads
many.
of like smaller ones, more intimate ones. It's the only way that I know about like the private ones is literally making contacts through people on Field. Actually, I see it all the time. Profiles on Field being like, oh, we're hosting parties, or just making sure that you're more involved into the scene and looking out for it. There's like some really cool things on Instagram, cool parties. So like just try and find the party that's right for you.
So if you're looking for people to go to sex parties with, make sure you join the Curious Fuckers Club on Facebook. The link is in the description of the podcast. And meet your community that you can explore this world with.
Yeah, baby. Get yourself onto the Facebook group. You just said that. And of course, we hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you know anyone that's going to their first sex party or is a little bit nervous or just wants more information, please send them this episode and hopefully it will alleviate some of those anxieties. The anxieties are very, very normal and they happen to all of us. Even just like a normal party can be anxious. So we totally empathise with the sex parties.
And Curious Fuckers, as always, please give this a rating and a review. It means so much. It really helps us get into other people's ears. So if you haven't done that yet, please do just drop a little rating and a review as well. It'll take you literally like 1 minute max.
You can also follow us up to date on our Instagram @ComeCurious, as well as our personal accounts Reed Amber X and Florence Bark. And also we have a Patreon as well.
Yeah.
We're just asking for pledges of $1. You can, of course, do more. But if you want to support us, then either Patreon or, of course, join our OnlyFans accounts, because that's where, you know, both Florence and I get naughty.
You see naked bodies and pussies and...
Yeah, pussy.
Blowjobs and...
I just put up a ball gag video with my tits out, drooling all over the place. Like there's a whole mix of stuff in there.
Pretty hot, man. And like, OnlyFans is crazy. Like, you get so much content for that monthly subscription.
Right?
It's mad.
Yeah.
Like, it's a really bad business plan, to be honest. But
it's not ideal. Yeah, especially because we've had it for years now. So if you signed up for 1 month, you would get all these years worth of our content, of everything.
Which is crazy. Which should be worth like millions, if not like billions. But you get it for the nice price of like, I don't know.
It's like £15 a month, basically.
Yeah, mine's a little bit less. I think mine's like $14.99 or $12.99. I don't know.
Yeah, something like that.
But either way, it's a fucking bargain.
It's a bug, yeah. If you wanna see us get naughty. Oh, also I have a foot account as well. If you're into feet too.
So until next time, see you next Thursday, curious fuckers.
See you next Thursday. Mwah.
Bye.